Hey students, today we're going to talk about even and odd identities, but co-function identities we'll discuss tomorrow, so I'm going to do this worksheet in 2 separate days. Recall cosine. Cosine is an even function. Even functions have y-axis symmetry. So if cosine is an even function, then its reciprocal, secant, is also an even function. Recall that sine and tangent are odd functions because odd functions have origin symmetry. So if sine and tangent are odd functions, then cosecant and cotangent, the reciprocals, are also considered odd functions. Okay, so what does this all mean? Well, it means that when an angle is negative, when you have a negative angle measure, x represents an angle, an easy way to find the value of sine of a negative angle is to simply pull the negative to the front and take the negative sine of the positive angle because sine is odd. Cosecant, you would do the same way. Pull the negative to the front, and it would be the negative cosecant of positive x. So what we're trying to do is deal with positive angles instead of negative angle measures. Deal with positive instead of negative. Since sine and tangent, cosecant and cotangent, are odd functions, all 4 of these are done the same way. So if you're taking the tangent of a negative angle, it is equal to taking the negative tangent of the positive angle. In other words, you're just going to bring the negative out in front. And same thing with cotangent negative x. It's equal to negative cotangent of positive x. And we're going to get to these. I think you'll understand when we get to some examples. Cosine being the only even function, when you take the cosine of a negative angle, the negative simply goes away. So the cosine of negative x is equal to the cosine of positive x. Since cosine and secant are reciprocals, secant is done the same exact way. Secant of negative x is equal to the secant of positive x. Okay, I can show you an example real quickly. Let's talk about pi over 6, which is a 30-degree angle. We know the coordinate for pi over 6 is square root of 3 over 2, 1/2, in the unit circle. And we know that the tangent value is square root of 3 over 3. And remember, recall that cosine is x, sine is y. And negative pi over 6, which is a 330, has the same coordinate except the y value is negative. Square root of 3 over 2, negative 1/2, which makes our tangent value negative square root of 3 over 3. Okay, so let's see if we can look at these rules and see if they work. So the sine of negative pi over 6. The sine of a negative angle, it says we should be able to bring the negative out and find the sine of positive pi over 6. So if I find the sine of positive pi over 6, it is 1/2. And if I put the negative in front, it's negative 1/2. So let's see if that worked. What is the sine of negative pi over 6? It is negative 1/2. So that does work. Okay, let's try tangent. So we're trying to find the tangent of negative pi over 6. Let's use the formula. it says that we should be able to bring the negative in front of tangent and find the tangent of positive pi over 6. So the tangent of positive pi over 6 is the square root of 3 over 3. And if it's negative, I get negative square root of 3 over 3. So if you look, what is the tangent of negative pi over 6? It is negative square root of 3 over 3. Okay, let's do one more, and then I think you'll trust me that they do work. All right, let's do cosine of negative pi over 6. Trying to find the cosine of negative pi over 6, which you can see right here, is square root of 3 over 2. So it says that we should just be able to get rid of the negative sign, that we should just get the cosine of positive pi over 6 and be done with it. So the cosine of positive pi over 6 is square root of 3 over 2. And all we did was get rid of the negative, and that is correct. It is square root of 3 over 2. Okay. All right, let's move on. And here are a couple examples down here. It wants to know the sine of negative pi over 9, and they just want us to rewrite using positive angle measures. It would be the negative sine of pi over 9. So sine, you're going to bring the negative to the front. Sine, cosecant, which is its reciprocal, tangent and cotangent all work the same way. Secant and cosine, you just get rid of your negative. So this would just be secant of 7 pi over 9. Okay, number 3, cotangent of negative theta. We're going to bring the negative to the front. We're trying to rewrite these using positive angle measures. And number 4 is cosine. Cosine, you just get rid of the negative. So we have cosine beta, and that's the symbol for beta. Okay, we have a worksheet to do for today, and that's it, folks. You're only going to do the half of the worksheet that involves your even and odd identities. Have a great day. Bye.